Welcome to Kurt's Home Living. I'm going to prepare for you today my famous pepper steak, served with noodles and my fresh picked greens. I picked some kale greens from my garden, which have withstood the frost and are ready to be eaten. Welcome to Kurt's Home Living. I'm going to be making some pepper steak today using these 1/4 inch round steaks. I'm going to be serving them over some egg noodles. And I'm going to make some fresh kales I just picked out of my garden earlier today. I'll be using green peppers since peppers are the star of the show. I also have some peppers that I have on my plant still in here inside the house. They're sweet. Onion, piece of tomato, garlic, carrot, celery, and I have some thick soy sauce here that you can get at any Asian grocery. I have some Grace Browning liquid that I bought back from Jamaica, some flour for thickening, and some beef base for flavoring. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to put this meat to the side. And push some of these veggies back. Move this off the way. I'm going to put some water in this cast iron skillet I have here for the kale. I'm going to saute them. I've already rinsed and cleaned my kale, and we're going to take the stems off of them, the thicker stems. And of course I saved my stems, and I put them in a bag and freeze them, and I can use them in soups and stews and sauces and all kinds of things like that. And this will cut down on our cooking time, taking these thick stems off of here. Okay, we're just going to rough chop these. We'll throw them right into our water. We'll allow the water to heat up with the greens in them. I'm going to crush a couple of these garlics up in here. And a little piece of onion. We're not going to overdo it with the onion and garlic, so we're also going to put that in the pepper steak. That should suffice. Put 2 cloves of garlic in there. We're also going to add a little bit of bacon fat and a little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and let it go. lengthwise first. And come back and cut it almost like mincing it. I also have some water over here boiling for the egg noodles, and I have my wok pan on keep warm, so to speak. Put about a teaspoon of bacon fat. I know a lot of people eat their kale crispy, but I only do crispy on occasion. So mine are going to be tender, maybe a little crunch to it. All right, let's go with the salt, sea salt, some cracked pepper, some butter, let's get a stir on this. We're going to put a top on that and let that come to a boil and simmer away. Our carrots we're going to cut pretty thin. We're just going to do them with a potato peeler. We just basically want slithers in there. All these vegetables have been rinsed and cleaned. Oh, I have a mandolin. I should have used that. Well, everything's going to be kind of big in here. The thick cut on the peppers. And these are going to be put in at the last minute, so they'll still have a little bite to them. I'm going to put these in a separate bowl since they're going to be folded in at the last minute. Set them to the side. It is pepper steak, so peppers are the star. But I like to add a little bit of everything for flavor, like onions, carrots, a little bit of celery. But make no mistake, the steak and the peppers are the star of the show. These peppers I'm cutting are called Mad Hatters. And this is a Fresno. It has a little heat to it. The tomato's going to do nothing but add as a thickener. A little flavor. And as I said, we're going to thick cut these peppers and onions. I think we're only going to use half of this. As I said, I don't want anything to overpower the peppers. We use 3 cloves of garlic in this. A little bit bigger cut on these. We have our vegetables cut. We're going to cut our meat. I like to have everything ready before I start stir frying. Take our round steaks, slice them down the middle. And you figure if there's this 1/4 inch thick, then we're going to cut them about a 1/2 inch wide. I'm going to put this in a bowl. Just let that set. Now we're going to start to stir fry our veggies. I have some vegetable oil. Couple tablespoons. I'm going to crank the volume up on this. Let's get a check on our kale. Simmer down pretty good. We'll cook them for 2 today, but I'm sure we'll have some pepper steak left over. So I'll probably make some rice for leftovers tomorrow to go with the pepper steak. We're not going to fully cook these. We're just going to get a nice little stir a real quick fry on them, give them some color. We're going to take these out, putting them back in the bowl, and adding them in later to allow our meat to simmer. Round steak is not the best cut of meat, so it's going to take a little time to moisten up. I'm going to add a little salt to this. I like to season in layers and stages. I'm going to put a little white pepper in here. And a little Szechuan pepper. Szechuan pepper isn't hot, it has a flavor unique. Sometimes it leaves your mouth numb. So I know when I put these back into the beef mixture, they won't take away from the taste of the beef. I should do it on that because I still want those to have a slight crunch when it's all done. Take a paper towel and wipe that out just a little bit. I'm going to go right back to oil in here. No, I don't have no fancy wok. I've been using this wok for 20 years, just like my pots and my cast iron. It's hard to get rid of stuff when you've been using it for so long. I'm going to allow that to heat up just a bit. I'm going to put our meat in. I'm actually going to take and mix some of this thick soy sauce. We'll use a little bit of water because we're going to mix the flour, the browning liquid, the soy sauce, and the beef base in here. A little bit of water, help dissolve it. I'm going to go with a heaping teaspoon of beef base. You want this to dissolve, that's why you make that water hot. A regular teaspoon of thick soy. And just a splash of browning liquid. And it's pretty hot over here, ready to go. I say that's about a teaspoon as well. We're going to put our meat in here. that brown up pretty well. All right, we're gonna go with a couple tablespoons of flour. You don't want to make a gravy, but you do want to make a sauce. Here, our liquid it's mixed up pretty good. Pepper steak is on, so we're going to just slowly stir this liquid in here. Pepper steak is all brown. You just want to get it brown on all sides. We'll just add about 3 cups of water. You just use this bowl so it'll rinse the rest of the flavoring out of here. Let's check on our greens. Alright, our greens are just about where we want them to be. We're going to bring this pepper steak to a boil. We're going to let it cook down for about 10 minutes. Okay, as I was tasting this broth over here, the gravy, the sauce, I added some more sea salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of Lori seasoned salt. This will give it, you need a little bit more. And I also mixed up the rest of the flour, a little bit more warm water in case I need to thicken it later on down the line. Okay, so now I'm going to add my vegetables. I'm going to stir that in. Turn this down to medium. Just allow that to cook. Get the flavor of the peppers into the gravy, to the sauce. And as I stated, we have our carrots, but I'm going to drop them into the last minute. Now let's try these greens out. Greens are perfect. I'm going to shut them off, let them chill out back here. This is our top for egg noodles. I'm going to put a top on that and let that cook down. And we're just going to use this for the lid for this. I don't have any more eggs. So that'll stay there for warm. Okay, we have a boil on our water for egg noodles. Before I put those in, I'm going to put the carrots in. I'm going to put a little splash of water in there as well. About a quarter cup. Just loosen it up a little bit. And I want to add our egg noodles in. Put a little salt in here first. Okay, we got 8 minutes on the egg noodles, and we should be ready to serve. Okay, halfway cooking, the cooking for the egg noodles, we're going to pour off the water, most of it, leave a little bit in there. We're going to finish cooking these with a little bit of butter. And just a little salt. I think we have enough flavor in our sauce over here to carry over for the egg noodles. I'm going to cook those till they still have a slight bite on them. Just a slight bite. Pepper steak's just about ready. A couple more minutes, it'll be ready with the egg noodles. We're going to put these things in bowls. Okay, I pulled off the greens, have them in the bowl. Have the egg noodles in the bowl. Now we're going to pour the pepper steak in the bowl. Okay, here we go. Egg noodles, pepper steak, sauteed kale greens. Thanks for watching Kurt's Home Living. Pepper steak over egg noodles and sauteed kale greens fresh from the garden. Thanks for watching Kurt's Home Living. Pepper steak